Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel for another build. I am so excited. This is the first apartment build I am doing on my channel ever, which might not be a big deal because I've only had my channel for a few months now, but it was really fun to build, and this is part of those builds I was doing last week where I made the father's house for my Hallmark movie kind of inspired builds that I've been doing. And this is the daughter's apartment. And if you didn't watch my first video where I gave a little bit of context to my backstory, make sure you go watch it. I will make sure to link it at the end of the video for you all. But basically, in the video, in classic Hallmark fashion, for those of you who do not know the cheesy holiday movies that Hallmark makes all year round that are low-key the best, at least if you're asking me and my mom. But they normally have like a really kooky storyline that's very similar, like big corporate girly moves away from home, but for some reason she has to come home last minute and relearn the spirit of Christmas and help save her family's Christmas tree farm, and I don't know. But I thought it was really fun. But in this little storyline I've been doing for these builds, my idea is that this young woman has left home and been home away for a little while, and she is just like in her career, in it to win it. She's not really into celebrating Christmas or doesn't care, doesn't have the time, you know. She's so busy just being a kick-ass lawyer, corporate partner. I don't know what she does. But so I remember in my original build, I like made her room, her childhood teenage girl bedroom, like super serious. It was covered in awards. Like she's very studious and, you know, perfect in her own brain. So this is the apartment I imagine that she left to come home and visit her father and all his kookiness for Christmas, no matter how she's fighting it, where she'll inevitably fall in love with, like, I don't know, a Christmas tree farmer or something. And honestly, that sounds like true love to me. But she's going to fight it, of course. And in every one of those Hallmark movies, she, like, leaves her old boyfriend or fiance for some guy she's met, like, 2 or 3 weeks before. And everyone totally thinks he's the villain because he's like, hey, you know, you probably should come back to work. Or like, why are you giving up your entire life as you know it in a matter of a few weeks based on, you know, a Christmas cookie baking competition? Anyway, so he's always a villain. And although he makes logical sense in the movies, we just don't stand him. We do not stand a serious king like that. We stand Christmas tree farmers with zero practicality. Anyway, I actually really proud of this apartment. I feel like I cluttered it up a lot, and I actually cut some of it out, especially in the office when I was like fiddling around with some of the trophies and whatnot that you'll see in a minute. But you definitely get a good idea of like what's on there, and I'll include screenshots on my Instagram for this build because I have to go back and take them, but I don't have time to take them before I get this video up, and I really want to get this video up because I am going to help one of my friends move a bunch of stuff, because she's been going through it. So I'm going to help her. But in better news, and as I get distracted and not talk about the build that I think is so cute, by the way, I have officially finished finals and I'm one semester closer to graduating, and I am really freaking excited about that. I hope all of your finals went well because they're just killer sometimes, man. Like, it's just so hard to stay in the groove of things and get things done. But I finally finished, and now I have all this free time. I say free time like I don't work full time, but anyway, like, for those of you who work, even like part-time or even like 1 or 2 days a week, like, school just takes up so much of your time. So when you don't have it anymore, it's like, whoa, what do I do? All I know is I have a Barnes & Noble gift card from my birthday that I'm ready to go and just spend all I can, and I'm going to read, and I'm going to wrap Christmas presents, and I'm just going to live my best girly life, because how could I not at this point? It's so fantabulous. Anyway, I hope school's good for you guys. I hope finals were good. What are your Christmas plans? Tell me down below what you're doing for Christmas, because I don't really have like solid plans. Like, I know I'm going to go home, but I'm not going home till later. Like closer to Christmas, even though like a lot of my friends from school have already headed home like right after finals, which is good for them. But I am not. And honestly, being alone in my college town, trying to get into the holiday spirit is so hard. Like, one thing they do not tell you is how unspecial the holidays can become when you're no longer a kid. And like, my sister has kids who are littler, and my brother is way younger than me. My brother's 11. And so like Christmas is really magical for them still, and that's like my favorite part, is watching them go through all their magic. But since I'm not home to like pick out a tree with my family, and my small town, they do like a Christmas parade every year, or a train ride where you can go look at Christmas lights. It's like a guided tour. I just like stuff like that has been such a big part of my Christmas traditions as I've grown up. Not having it because I am, stuck hundreds of miles away at my college town, make it hard to get into the spirit, but I'm determined to make my own traditions. There are a couple of light shows I heard about from some of the people who come into my work. A nice couple was telling me about this awesome light show that's only like 40 minutes away from where I live, and I feel like that's like super worth the drive to get into the magic. And I'm definitely going to be baking some cookies at some point. I'm not sure when, but one of my favorite coworkers, I just found out, has celiac disease, which for those of you who don't know what that is, my aunt has celiac disease. But it's a gluten allergy. And I was like, girl, I got you. Like, I have a bang up Mexican wedding cake gluten-free recipe that's like killer, because my aunt absolutely loves Mexican wedding cake cookies. And when she couldn't have them anymore, she was literally in tears. I remember a couple years when she was diagnosed. So I'm going to make those for my coworker. And my hot take is I don't like Mexican wedding cakes, which is so funny because my family is like, Tiana makes the best Mexican wedding cakes, blah, 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 blah. No, I don't. My grandmother did, and God rest her soul. Love you, Nana. Shout out one time. Is not here to make them anymore. So I have to step up. It's my job to provide the baked goods for the family. But I have a whole list of things I want to do. I'm going to make a cheesecake. I'm going to make at least these things called thumbprint cookies, which are like a nut cookie and they have jelly in the middle. It's so good. My favorite. I'm going to make some biscotti for my grandpa, my gluten-free Mexican wedding cakes, and I possibly am going to try this new gluten-free brownie recipe that I found, but I'm not sure if I'll have time, but it is in the potentials of what I might do. These things called Grinch cookies, which are so good. I found the recipe on Pinterest. Like, if you just go on Pinterest and look up Grinch cookies, you will die. They're made with like boxed cake mix, with not only boxed cake mix, but that's like part of the main ingredients. And they are so soft and delicious and just so yummy. Love them. If you need any ideas, go on Pinterest. They're on my Pinterest. I'll link my Pinterest for you down below. Except like, maybe I'll just link the recipe, because my Pinterest is like low-key kind of cringy from all my saved tattoos that I wanted to get when I was like 14, and like random recipes here and there. You don't need to look through my Pinterest. My Pinterest is private to me. Anyway. So I'm going to do that to get in the holiday spirit. I have a ton of presents to wrap, and I'm not done shopping yet, because I'm normally done shopping. But if you remember from one of my videos a couple weeks ago, I told you like I'm low-key a Grinch nowadays. I'm trying to cut that out because I don't want to be a Grinch. And I have a villain origin story, but times are getting better. I know they are. So I'm going to work through those issues. We love a progressive queen. Shout out to me one time. But the holidays are hard, man. I feel like they bring up a lot of kind of crapola feelings, especially the older you get, But I'm going to try really hard to like have a nice time this year and just do me. I have a lot of exciting things coming up that I can't tell you guys about just yet, but just know in this new year, I am going to I'm coming into my own. I can feel it. And I'm a little nervous about school starting again, because I'm totally hitting the wall with senioritis. For those of you who like know how I'm feeling, I'm so sorry for you, but it's been tough. Anyway, as you can see, I'm cluttering my apartment up. I love this little area right here with this mirror. Like, it was just like so Pinteresty and cute to me. This used to be my dream. Like, I wanted to move to a big city, and I wanted like an industrial loft, and I would have decorated it this exact way. Like, low-key, this is one of my dream apartments. But all the plants in front of the mirror are so cute to me. I have a big mirror in my room, and I don't have any plants around it yet, but I'm telling you, I have things coming up. And as soon as I'm able to tell you more about those things, I promise I'm going to have a plant mirror just freaking like that. This is me creating my dream apartment in The Sims. Low-key. That's going to be the title. No, it can't be, because it's got to match my Hallmark Christmas series. But next week, I am thinking about building some kind of bakery. I've really, really just shit at building community lots. I don't know if any of you are very good at building community lots. If you know anyone who's good at creating community lots, please tag them, or give me some recs in the comment, because I've been playing my holiday hijinks series. Shout out one time to that. Really, really chaotic. Love a chaotic let's play though. But I've been wanting to take all my lady friends on dates, and I'm just sick and tired of going to the EA builds, maybe because I play in them all the time, but also, like, they don't always make the most practical sense. Like, what do you mean you're not going to have a woohoo bush on every lot? Don't you know my needs, man? Those are my needs. This is what I was saying about The Office. Like, I want to say I spent like 40 minutes cluttering up this little space, which is kind of embarrassing, but I, first of all, was getting distracted because I'm rewatching Pretty Little Liars, which is a wild show, by the way. I'm on like season 4. Freaking wild. Who let all these teenage girls in this show like date these grown men and be stalked and like just crazy. But other than that, I was like, really, I had a vision for this office, and I would tell you I would kill to have an office like this. If you're getting any like clue in on my personality, I might be a little of a perfectionist about certain things, but I love to write and read, and if I had bookshelves like that are in this office, I would simply die. But anywho, the build is it's coming along pretty well right now. I just had to pause my voice recording because I just got a really exciting email from one of my potential new mentors for this upcoming year. For those of you who don't know, I recently got into a honors college program within my college of study at the school I attend. And I know that's kind of confusing, especially for those of you who aren't at university, or maybe your university works a little differently. And I don't want to sound off like I'm bragging, but I didn't really get to tell anyone how excited I was. And I am really excited because it's kind of a big deal to me. I feel like it's a big deal. So I just wanted to tell all of you all and tell you that I am in fact proud of myself. And I don't say that too often. So that's really exciting. I hope my voiceover is not too choppy, but I had to pick up the phone. Like I really did, you know? Anyway, tell me some of your guys' Christmas traditions because yes. So I wanted to like add into the storyline, or else this is just like some industrial apartment, which you can totally play with it as, but I just put that tree there. And that is the tree that actually comes with gameplay in the game. Like your Sims can decorate it together, and you can pick what kind of lights it has, what kind of tinsel, and blah, blah, blah. And I actually think it's one of the cutest, sweetest interactions in the entire game. It's one of my favorite. I think it's so sweet. I always have my Sim families decorate the tree together and take lots of screenies. But I thought to do it like that rather than doing one of the pre-decorated ones, because in my head, like, this girl doesn't have time for Christmas. She is a boss babe. She is just slaying her day away, you know, all those quirky kind of cringy things that you can find at like Home Goods on mugs and stuff. Slay all day queen. Yep, that's her. She's too busy slaying the corporate world to even remotely decorate her tree. So I was thinking maybe her father like took it upon himself to like get this tree delivered to her house, and she's just like, ugh, now there's gonna be freaking pine needles everywhere and blah 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 blah. So that was kind of my idea. It really is the only way I think that this build necessarily plays into my storyline, and my storyline's not that deep. These are houses I feel like you can play in all year round or whatever. Like if you like this apartment, you can just go ahead and download it, no problem, and delete the tree if you want, or put another corner plant there, whatever you're feeling. That is one thing. I'll tell you quickly how to download apartments. First of all, because all the clutter I place in this build, it is crucial if you place this build down to make sure you have bb.moveObjects on, which is going to allow everything to be where it's supposed to be. Super easy cheat. You can look it up. I will try to link a tutorial how to do that, or some directions if you don't know how. But on the gallery, this is going to be considered a room. So I went through and deleted some of the walls to make the game think it's one big room. So you go to the gallery and then you place it on this lot. It's 18 Culpeper Hulse or whatever. I didn't change the name yet. And then whenever you place it, you just go ahead and put the walls back and then paint them. It's really easy. There's a lot of tutorials on it, but I hope that helps so you guys know how to like get your stuff in, and hopefully you like this apartment. If you play in it, to take some screenshots, tag me in them on Instagram, or comment on my build. My gallery ID is Tiana305. I'm getting to the end of the video, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday season. Bye everybody.